Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever from where you are joining us today. Welcome to Microsoft Build Conference. My name is Puru and I'm a Chief Product Officer at Isera. Today I'm going to talk about how Isera and Microsoft collaborated to build AI copilots for enterprises. Let me talk about who we are. Isera is a 6-year-old startup based in Palo Alto, California. We have been building Gen AI apps and platform for enterprises. Isera offers four products which are built on Isera's Gen AI platform. Isera GPT. You can think about ChatGPT for enterprises, but it works on your data. Data can come from knowledge sources, enterprise applications, and you can ask questions about your data. And those questions could be related to IT, HR, workplaces, etc. AI Copilot allows to improve productivity of users. It also provides a proactive notifications reminding users about their unfinished tasks or completing those tasks on their behalf. It is also helping users get their work tasks done more effectively and higher accuracy. AI search is an enterprise wide search powered by domain specific LLMs which connects to various data repositories from knowledge systems to data lakes, analytic tools on many other enterprise applications. Isera Agent Assist product helps agents do their job effectively. Think about it as an embedded AI in enterprise applications such as Microsoft Dynamics, Salesforce, Workday, or it could be a domain specific application such as Guidewire, which is used widely in insurance industry. I'm going to also showcase a live demo of 𝗦𝗽𝗲𝗸𝗀 with an embedded AI in later in my presentation. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do live demo for all of Isera's products. All these products are built natively on Isera's Gen AI platform. This platform also allows enterprises to build their Gen AI app as well. Now let me double click on Isera's Gen AI stack. At the bottom of the stack, what we call Gen AI OS, which allows Isera to dynamically choose the right model to serve the user requests. On top of it, Isera offers its Isera 70B a foundation model. We also allow our enterprise customers to choose a closed or an open source foundation model that can be Azure OpenAI, Llama 3, or OpenAI, etc. Domain specific models, which is what Isera have been building for last few years. Isera offers more than 25 domain industry specific models. These models for could be for retail industry, for insurance industry, or it could be for customer support domain, IT domain, HR domain. Uh, Isera's Gen AI platform offers Gen AI task models, APIs, which allows our customers to build their Gen AI applications as well. Isera is a SaaS service which is built and runs on Microsoft Azure. We are also leveraging Microsoft Copilot engine to build enterprise-wide and heterogeneous AI Copilot. Isera is helping enterprises with the domain-specific copilots with more than 400 plus integrations for enterprise application. Isera also offers what we call a universal copilot. You can think about as a one-stop shop for enterprise users to come and ask their questions or get their work done. User can ask questions related to IT, HR, or their work related tasks can be completed using Isera's Universal Copilot. Here is the slide which gives a glimpse of various integration categories which Isera offers. Now I'm going to talk about some of the real world use cases Isera has enabled in production for its customers. Medical affairs for pharma companies, where pharma primary care providers or patients can ask questions about drugs they are taking or primary care providers are offering. It could be also helping insurance underwriter identifying the risk associated with the contracts, helping HR people draft policies, writing job description, or identifying the right resumes from the pile of the resumes they have received. Or it could be offering a next best action for customer support agents, or helping developers write a code, helping data analysts analyze the data or do a data manipulation on the data. Before I jump into the demo, I want to go over one last slide which talk about Isera's traps framework. This is one of the biggest reason why enterprises are adopting Isera's Gen AI platform. Isera's traps frameworks provide trust, responsible AI, auditable AI, honoring enterprise and users' privacy, and highest level of security across all of its Gen AI model. Those models could be for answer generation, that could be case summarizations. These Gen AI models are split into two buckets, what we call a real-time Gen AI models, or it could be what we call offline models as well, right? Isera offers these trap frameworks to ensure that we are protecting the customer's data and ensuring that data is not used to train the models outside of their environment. With that, I'm now going to get into demo. In this demo, I'm going to demonstrate Isera's Copilot experience and a sales Copilot. I'm going to act as a Mark Smith, who is a sales rep at Acme Corporation. Isera Sales Copilot offers out of the box the tasks such as drafting an email based on the document, creating a sales pitch deck, or summarizing the notes from the previous meeting. Or Mark Smith can type his query into the query box itself. In this demo, Mark Smith would like to understand last quarter's won deals and total value generated by the deals. Once the Mark Smith fires the query, Isera is connecting to a Salesforce using Hyperflow capabilities and dynamically generating report from the Salesforce data. Isera is leveraging generative AI capabilities to create the table out of the Salesforce data. We also support an ability to create the charts from the data itself. And you can also notice we also continue to manage the context from the previous questions. Now he's asking to generate the bar chart for the previous response. Now Isera is going to take the context from the previous query and generate the bar chart so that Mark can visually understand the size of the deal which own in the last quarter itself. Isera also allows to upload the files from various document repositories. Now in this case, he's uploading a recording of a meeting as well as the RFP in a PDF format. Now once these files are uploaded and analyzed by Isera, Isera can start answering any questions related to these files which Mark Smith can ask. In this case, he's asking what are the key questions raised by the Jonathan. Now Isera is generating answer based on those two reference documents, in this case the MP4 file and the RFP PDF file. He can also now ask to generate the meeting agenda based on the previous questions. So now it's generating the agenda for the previous questions. Now I'm going to go and do the other demonstration of our AI Copilot. In this demo, I will demonstrate Copilot for insurance domain. I'm going to act as a John who had an accident recently and wants to file a claim using Acme Insurance mobile app Copilot. So let me start journey for John to file a claim. So in this case, I'm just going to act as a John and say I want to report an accident. Copilot is going to ensure that I didn't have any emergency. So I'm going to say no, no one was hurt. So it's going to ask me now to file a claim, and as a part of that, I'm going to upload an images from my mobile phone and the relevant documents. As soon as I upload the documents, it starts essentially analyzing the documents and is going to summarize essentially an answer for my claim. And as soon as it generates a claim, one of the things you would notice here is that we are using the multimodal capabilities of an Isera's large language models to identify the car description for John's car as well as the party who was involved into the accident. In this case, John's car was identified using John's profile that it's a Volkswagen Jetta 2024 and it has a damage onto the rear bumper. And we also have identified the location at which the accident has occurred and a date and time using the photo and its metadata. Similarly, the policy number and then the car model for the party who was involved, in this case Mike Ross, has been identified. And then the AI Copilot is going to essentially ask John to confirm all the details or to edit the details if he thinks some information has been captured inappropriately. Now it's going to ask what exactly happened during this accident. So John is basically adding that information. Once that is done, then we are basically going to go and submit this for a claim, and he gets the claim in number and that goes into the pending states. Now I'm going to switch to a persona who's going to be a Sarah Smart, who's a lead software developer at Acme Corporation. Sarah Smart is going to use Isera's new AI search experience to get answers to some of her questions, which can be answered through various data repositories which are available within Acme Corporation itself. So let me get started with the demo itself. So Sarah is going to log in using her credentials. She's asking a question about Jira connector integration. In this case, the answer is actually coming from various repositories that includes Confluence page and Google Drive. At the same time, the answer gets generated by leveraging the content coming from these various repositories, and you can see that content is getting generated in this case. And now we are also offering what we call the micro actions. These micro actions allows users to take an action in place instead of going to, in this case, a Confluence page to add a comment. So there's a one place for not only searching the content from the various data repositories, but the user, in this case Sarah, can take an action in place without actually going to another screen itself. In this case, she's going to add a comment into the Confluence page, and then you don't have to go to the Confluence essentially to go and add this comment itself. Now she's basically going to go, and you can see also she has an ability to go and see the what has been done into the thread itself. Now she's going to start a new search or new thread where she's asking a question about that her team is running into caching issues. Are there any issues which are being open for this particular thing? In this case, all the answers from various repositories, in this case Jira ticket, Confluence page, as well as knowledge repository, Google Drive, has been leveraged to generate an answer and actually provide the answer to her question. Similar to previous questions, you have a micro actions onto Jira tickets. Now she can assign that ticket to, in this case, Anish, and can also add a comment saying that, please raise this as a priority. So now she doesn't really have to go anywhere else. Now she can also ask a follow questions onto the thread. She's asking a question about, are there any open PRs, or give me a list of the PRs. Now you are getting a GitHub PR as well, where you can add comment, close the PR, look into the PR, and you can see nicely that follow-up question has been added onto the search thread on the right side. So you can have a follow-up dialogue with the search engine, where the search has the context of the previous queries, so that it can leverage the context to give you a better answers. So now in this case, it said, give me a PRs or caching PR. So now it's giving you all the caching PRs related issues coming from the various repositories. And now it's easy for to go back and forth between the threads and continue the conversation as well. So it's not just that you finish and you can't go back to the previous conversation or previous thread. You can easily go and continue the conversation as well. Now I'm going to demonstrate the last demo, which is Isera GPT. In this case, I'm going to act again Mark Smith persona, who is a sales rep at Acme, and Mark is going to use Isera GPT to troubleshoot his computer issue. In this case, he's saying my computer is broken. If you can see, the query is very vague. So now the Isera GPT is coming back and asking the follow-up questions. The follow-up questions are, computer is not turning on, or are there any specific errors he's getting, and whatnot. And all of these questions are grounded using their existing knowledge repositories and their enterprise data. And we create a knowledge graph based on that, in order to essentially have that reasoning engine which can dialogue with the user using their grounded enterprise data. So now he's going to basically go and type the question, saying the answer, saying that his computer is running super slow. He started having issues after Windows 11 upgrade. So now in this case, now the bot is going to come back which is a universal GPT for IT, with an answers and steps. And these are the concise steps which are being generated using Isera's GPT for IT, which leverages Isera's IT LLM domain. And you can see there was a reference citation given for the document from where it came. In this case, it came from a SharePoint. But he needs more explanation on step number 4 and step number 5. So now I was asking, can you walk me through a little bit in more details? Now GPT is going to go and give him further more details on step number 4 and 5. One thing you would see is that it will continue to have the context from his previous questions and queries. So it has a memory to remember the conversations of Mark Smith, so that it can provide it more elaborate and accurate answer, in this case for elaborating step number 4 and 5. With that, I'm going to conclude all my demos, and let's go back to the last slide for call to action. I hope you enjoyed all of those live demonstration of Isera's product. A lot of customers have adopted Isera in an enterprise world. And there are 3 main reasons why they have adopted. AI accuracy. Isera offers its domain-specific LLMs and foundation model. Second is an Isera's enterprise-grade traps framework to ensure that we are protecting the customer's data. And then the last one is to help improve the productivity of users and cost savings. These are the 3 main reasons why enterprises are adopting Isera, Gen AI platform. With that, I urge all of you to build Gen AI apps in weeks, not months, using Isera Gen AI platform. Thank you for attending Build Conference. Hope to see you next year as well. Goodbye. Have a nice day.